The super late models, John Lee on the inside, Wesley McKay. The green flag goes in the air, and a great launch by both of the front row drivers. John Lee's got the top spot, but here comes McKay. He will go side by side into turn 3. John Lee down low, Greg Oates battling for third. Contact off turn 4. So John Lee will rumble down the back straightaway with the race lead. Wesley McKay holding on to second for now as Oates continues to challenge him. Ryan Montgomery now riding in the 4th position. 3 wide for second coming off turn number 2. McKay's got second now. Now we'll go side by side for third. Second, Ryan Montgomery now getting around Greg Oates. Up front though, John Lee, the race leader. Halfway down, halfway to go for John Lee. Remaining now for John Lee as he is. Oh, we got trouble falling back. One car goes for a spin. Lee will lead this field back to green. Delaware formation, green flag. Back in the air. John Lee back out to the race lead. Side by side for second behind him. Greg Oates, bottom side. Ryan Montgomery slides up the racetrack. Greg Oates will go on by. Lee back out in front, holding on to the top spot with 2 laps to go. John Lee has got a rocket ship underneath him tonight, pulling away, dominating performance here in this first of 2 heats for the super late models. And now 1 to go. Final time off turn 2. They race off the end of the back straightaway. Enter turn 3. Greg Oates in second. Not going to have enough time to get to him. John Lee will see the checkered flag first. Work off turn 4 to the restart cones. Green flag goes in the air. And a great launch by Rodney Phillips on the top side, but he slides wide in turn 1. We'll see if he can get the power down. And he does. Able to grab the loud pedal and rocket out to the race lead. Doug Eck will go side by side now with Buzel for second. Buzel will fill the gap down the front straightaway though. Just barely enough room for him to slide back up in front. And it pays dividends to him because now he's challenging for the race lead yet again. Garrett Mott to the inside of Doug Eck. That battle is for third, but the battle for the race lead is hot and heavy. Side by side into turn 1. Trying everything he can on the inside. He'll sling his machine in turn 1. Rodney Phillips up top. Buzel has the slight advantage. Entering turn 3. Buzel back out in front. Slide job. He's got the race lead. Halfway down. Halfway to go. Garrett Mott goes for a spin farther back, and that is going to bring out the yellow flag. He went into turn 1 on the inside, and the back end stepped out from underneath him. Could not save it. Caution flag goes in the air. First, he is the control car, and he will do so right now. Green flag in the air, and what a launch by Doug Eck. Eck goes top side, trying to get around Buzel, but now he will fall back into the tire tracks. Eck goes back upstairs at 3 and 4. They are going to be very close to side-by-side racing down the front straightaway. Buzel could have pulled up in front of Eck to clear him. Eck still might have some advantage here down the back straightaway. It is really on for the race lead. Eck up top, Buzel down low. 2 laps to go. everything in his power, top side of the racetrack with the white flag waving overhead. They head into turn number 1 and 2 for the final time in their final heat of the night. Does Eck have what it takes? Pulls up alongside Brazil. Final shot, final time in turn 3 and 4. Here comes Eck, top side. It's going to be close. At the line, who will it be? Doug Eck with the victory at the line. What a finish, what a way to wrap up heat racing tonight. And here he is, make some noise for the 0-3 of Doug Eck, your heat winner. The inside of Wyatt Scott, coming to the restart cone. Green flag goes in the air. Great launch by Wyatt Scott. He'll hang with Steve Dixon. Dixon leading through 1 and 2. Side-by-side battle. Drag racing down the back straightaway. A fierce battle for the top spot. Wyatt Scott trying to take it away off turn 4. Dixon powering back on the inside. What a battle already, and work is 1.5 laps into this heat. Dixon down low, Wyatt Scott continuing up top. They come off turn 4. Wyatt Scott into the outside wall, leaning on one another through 1 and 2. Scott up the racetrack. Dixon goes by and back to the race lead. Wyatt Scott not done yet, drives it in deep, gets up and into Steve Dixon. More contact is made off turn 4. Wyatt Scott lost the lead, and he is now in a battle for second with Greg Johnson in the 0-5. They head down the front straightaway, back through 1 and 2. Greg Johnson trying to get to the inside of Wyatt Scott. Scott powers back to second he goes. Meanwhile, Steve Dixon pulling away off turn 4. Shown at the line, Steve Dixon down the back straightaway. The battle for second continues to be a good one between Wyatt Scott and Greg Johnson. White flag goes in the air for Steve Dixon. Comes across the line into 1 and 2 for the final time in the first heat for the Will-Nelly Modifieds. Down the backstretch goes Steve Dixon into turns number 3 and 4. Dixon's going to see the checkered flag in the air as he gets the heat win. Second place to the line is going to be Wyatt Scott. Greg Johnson rounding out the top 3. Well, here he is, race fans, on the front straightaway. Make some noise for your heat winner, Steve Dixon. Row 3, off turn 4, green flag goes in the air. We are racing heat 2 for the Will-Nelly Modifieds. A great launch for Ian DeGolier topside, but Harvey powering back on the inside. For a moment they were side by side for the lead. They'll do it again in turn 3. DeGolier looks like he's going to have the advantage, and he will. At the line, DeGolier will lead lap 1. Harvey not going away on the inside, has the advantage on turn 2. The highline momentum though, too much to overcome for DeGolier. Oh, trouble farther back, couple of cars slam into each other and they keep on rolling. Somehow we stay green, and the 2-car breakaway at the front will pull this field down the backstretch. A great door-to-door battle for the top spot. Give it to Harvey now off turn 4. Goes into 1 and 2 and heads on down the back straightaway. He got around Ian DeGolier and he is starting to leg it out for the race lead. These top 2 have absolutely checked out for the rest of the field after that contact that ensued over in turn 3 from 3rd on so successful in the Rush Protomods here. Transition onto the Nelly Modifieds this season. First time at Bradford, trying to pick up the heat win. Into turns 3 and 4 goes Zane Harvey and Ian DeGoyer. White flag waving overhead at the flag stand. Harvey into 1 and 2 for the final time with a large lead over DeGoyer. Nothing to worry about as he heads into 3 and 4 for the final time. Zane Harvey's going to see the checkered flag, and Zane Harvey is going to win the second heat of 3 for the Nelly Modifieds. We get ready to go, and they come to the green flag off turn 4. There it is, waving overhead, and we are racing. Silverman up top, Watson down low. Watson slid up the racetrack. Chad Silverman to the race lead. Watson not done yet, though. He'll power back on the inside, trying to find some speed down at the bottom of the racetrack. Not good enough to stay alongside Silverman. So Chad Silverman rides now all by his lonesome at the front of the field, with Watson still lurking in the tire tracks, side by side for a moment, but it's Silverman all by himself off turn 4. Watson mounting another charge, trying to find anything he can at the bottom of the racetrack. He's able to pull up alongside of Silverman at times, just can't make it stick. Now he'll have to go back on the hunt again for another run. Watson will ride the middle groove. Silverman goes topside, halfway down, halfway to go in the final heat for the Nelly Modifieds. Laps to go at the line, and it's Chad Silverman continuing to hold off a hard charging Watson. Watson pulled right up to his back bumper in turns 1 and 2 that time, but could not get alongside of him. Nearly made contact over here in 3 and 4 again, but 2 laps to go. Silverman pulls back out in front. Off turn 4, Silverman a little loose, a little bobble, white flag goes in the air. That allows for Watson to pull up alongside in turn 2. Silverman, though, powering around on the top side. Now actually starting to show some smoke, but for now holding on to the race lead. Off turn 4 they come, checkered flag in the air. Chad Silverman will get the victory. Joe Watson across the line in second. About to see the green flag for the first time tonight. Green flag goes in the air. Some contact is made there on the initial start, but it's going to be the 299 machine of Couchinor who pulls away. Tyler Rendell in second. That is a good battle there as you have the 5-1-3 of Gary Fisher all over him. Now to the inside, they will go drag racing down the front straightaway for second. By the time they get to turn 1, Gary Fisher has sole ownership of the number 2 spot. And now Rendell falls back into the clutches of Chris Withers. Contact is made going into turn 3 as Withers shoves Rendell through the corner. Up front though, Couchinor continuing to pull away. Rendell has a little bit of a slip up, and now Withers gets by for third. Gary Fisher on the hunt, trying to reel in the race leader, Couchinor, in that 299 machine as they all go back into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Couchinor with the race lead, and now Gary Fisher trying to recoil and go back on the charge. They rumble off turn 4, down the front straightaway, continuing to put laps down on the board. They head down the back straightaway from the Couchinor now will head off turn 4. White flag in the air for Kyle Couchinor. Into turns 1 and 2 he will go. Gonna deal the lap machine here at the 121. Glenn Layfield directly ahead of him into the final 7 corners. Off turn 4, checkered flag in the air. Kyle Couchinor will win this one. Here he is, race fans, your first heat winner of the night. Put your hands together, make some noise for the 299 of Kyle Couchinor. Second of 3 heats for the Pro Stocks. Green flag goes in the air in the 50 of Boardman. Great launch, he is out to the race lead. 3 wide momentarily behind him as they make their way down the back straightaway. Dennis Hathaway rides in second. Dean Gibson, trouble for the race leader. Boardman goes around, slides right up into the way of Dennis Hathaway, who makes contact with his left rear. The yellow flag is in the air. Flag, Chollingsworth on the inside. Here's the control car. There it is. Green flag, back in the air. The X1 of Dean Gibson Jr. to the race lead off turn 2. Start again. Chollingsworth on the inside. Green flag goes back in the air. And just like he did on the last restart, that race control didn't like. Dean Gibson Jr. hops to the top side by side for the race lead in turns 3 and 4. Here they are off turn 4. Dean Gibson Jr. to the race lead in turn 1. Jason Black taking a peek to the inside of Jim and Chollingsworth as they work now off of turn number 4, and Jason Black got bottleneck there. Allows Boardman to go rumbling on by. Meanwhile, this is really allowing for Dean Gibson Jr. to pull away with the race lead. Gibson Jr. off turn 4, down the front straightaway, a large lead in hand. The battle for second starts to be a good one again. Chollingsworth has it. Boardman looking to the inside as they exit turn 2. Contact there between Boardman and Chollingsworth, and Boardman has an issue. Looks like maybe the left rear tire is flat as there was contact down the front straightaway, and that allows for Jason Black to tiptoe around the 44 machine of Jim Chollingsworth. Boardman looks like he's going to have to pull off the racetrack, and he will. So 2 laps to go here at the line for the race leader as Gibson goes back through turns 1 and 2. White flag goes in the air for Dean Gibson Jr. as he makes his way through 1 and 2, well in front of the rest of the field. Nothing to worry about out back, nothing to worry about out front. Final time off turn 4, checkered flag goes in the air for Dean Gibson Jr. He takes home the win in heat number 2. Here comes race fans, Dean Gibson Jr., your heat winner, heat 2 of 3 in the Pro Stocks. Back to the restart cone, green flag back in the air, we are heat racing. Third and final heat for the Pro Stocks has begun. It is Sampson who pulls away, leading them down the back straightaway for the first time. Scoot over in second, and a side-by-side battle, now 3-wide battle for second off turn 4. John Boardman in the 777 gets the worst end of that of Brandon Connor. He goes into second. Matt Sampson holding on to the race lead in that 17S. Here they are off turn 4. Sampson continuing to lead as he will lead he will lead his second lap, but here's Sampson taking a peek to the inside. The side-by-side battle ongoing between Schoonover up top and Borman down low. They are door-to-door off turn 4. That battle is for third. It'll stay that way into turn 3. Back up front, battle for the race lead. Sampson topside, Connor down low. They will side-by-side and they'll do it again. Wheel-to-wheel for the lead off turn 4. Lead. Brandon Connor slides on by. Sampson now well behind as they make their way down the back straightaway. Borman all over Sampson's back bumper. 2 laps to go here at the line. Brandon Connor all by his lonesome at the front, and that battle for second will pick up on turn 2. Borman with the nose out in front. Good close corner racing here. White flag goes in the air for Matt Sampson. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2 for the final time in this third and final heat. Sampson's got the race lead. Borman will go side by side here now with Sampson. But up front, Brandon Connor holding on to the top spot. Brandon Connor will win. Matt Sampson across the line in second. Fans, make some noise for your third and final heat winner for the Pro Stocks, Brandon Connor. Certainly approaching the restart cones. The green flag goes in the air, and a good launch from Matt immediately by Raiden Wilson. They will lean on one another in the top 2 as Blaze Harrison not letting Raiden Wilson get away just quite yet. Go to the inside of turn 3. Oh, and now Harrison checks up and stacks up the field behind him, and the yellow flag will go in the air. Side off turn 4, the green flag goes back in the air. Cole Strickland will go side by side there with the 17 star, or the 17X that is, of Caden Michael. Raiden Wilson, however, long gone by the time they hit 3 and 4 for the first time. Now Michael again, off turn 4, a little sideways, but he will go at it, gets around Strickland, heading into 1 and 2. Strickland goes back to the bottom of the racetrack on Caden Michael. They will go side by side in 1 and 2, and now here comes the 17 of Blaze Harrison as Strickland and Michael make contact, and Strickland's got a problem down the back straightaway. Michael all the way back to 4th. Dingleman around him, he goes into 3rd, but up front it is all Raiden Wilson. Raiden Wilson now working off of turn number 4. He'll head down the front straightaway. The battle for second starting to tighten up just a little bit here as we got one car that has gone around over in turns 1 and 2. Caden Michael loops it around. Caution flag back in the air. This one out. Green flag goes back in the air. Side-by-side battle behind him. 2 cars going out there for second. That's Blaze Harrison on the inside. Gar Dingleman up top. They continue to drag race down the back straightaway. Dingleman's got the advantage. He's, matter of fact, now going to take a peek to the inside of your race leader off turn 4. Raiden Wilson has got the race lead, but Gar Dingleman, he wants it. They walk off turn 2. Wheel to wheel. Door to door. Down the back straightaway they go. Wilson back out in front. 2 laps to go for the 2 race leaders. Raiden Wilson goes topside. Dar Dingleman down low. They will Wheel to wheel, side by side battling here with white flag in the air. Dinkelman pulls up in front of Wilson. Trying to complete the slide job up in front. He'll try it again in turn 2. He clears Wilson. Now Wilson under the gun from Blaze Harrison. Dinkelman gets away. Second place up for grabs. Harrison gets on by. Checkered flag in the air. Dinkelman with the win. Blaze Harrison second. And Layden Wilson across the line in third. Ready to go. Green flag racing. No Sherman Gage. Sherman Gage not out there. Green flag goes in the air. Dennis Harrison, top side. He is challenging for the race lead. They head down the back straightaway. Dennis Harrison's got the top spot. Here comes Alan Robinson sliding into second on lap 1. Problems farther back for Devin Tarr in the 1B. Can't quite get the car up to power as he will fall back farther in the field now in the 5th position. Chloe Griffin goes around Bill Weatherly trying to do the same. Side by side for third down the back straightaway. Tarr underneath Chloe Griffin. Now underneath Bill Weatherly. That is a side by side battle for fourth. The top 2 break away from the pack, and now Alan Robinson starting to close the gap on Dennis Harrison. Battle for the race lead starting to intensify as they head down the back straightaway. Alan Robinson is closing in. Meanwhile, farther back, Weatherly gets around Chloe Griffin for third. Here they are now, off of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. It is Harrison still holding on, and he goes top side, climbs the ladder in 1 and 2. Robinson, a little bobble in turn number 2. Loses some distance to him. Now he'll go bottom side, does Robinson in 3 and 4. 2 laps to go at the line. Harrison as he has been able to hold off the advances of Alan Robinson and make their way down the back straightaway. A good 4-car length advantage for Dennis Harrison in turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. Dennis Harrison's going to get the victory. Off turn number 4, green flag goes in the air. Logan Gannon races off into 1 and 2 side by side with Trevor Putt, who goes top side into turn. Gannon a little loose off turn 2 down at the bottom. That's going to allow for Trevor Putt to close back in. Gannon goes up the racetrack. A big moment in the middle of 3 and 4. Crossover move here by Trevor Putt, and it's going to be Gannon who leads lap 1. Great racing up here for the top spot. It's a 3-car battle as Jaden Tarr has thrown the name in the mix as well. Logan Gannon holding on to the race lead. Everybody climbing the ladder, going all the way up into the attic. Top side in 1 and 2. And it's Gannon who's got a good 3-car rank advantage. For Jaden Tarr The heat is over for Jaden Tar. The battle for the lead starting to tighten up just a little bit. Trevor Putt trying many different lines, trying to find some speed and pull up to the back bumper of Logan Ganong. Now just a couple of car lengths back into 1 and 2. This time for the 2 race leaders, they sling their machines back through turns 1 and 2. Trevor Putt trying desperately to reel in Logan Ganong. They head into 3 and 4. Putt trying to drive it in deep. Ganong goes low, Putt goes high. White flag goes in the air. Final time here for Logan Ganong in the final heat for the SC DRA Mini Stocks. They work now off turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Bearing a mistake, Logan Ganong should have this one in the bag. Ganong goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Putt will not be able to get there. Checkered flag goes in the air. Logan Ganong gets the heat victory. Putt across the line in second.